This is Builderius, a visual development environment for WordPress. What you're seeing is Sense AI building a layout in real time inside the builder with full awareness of the project structure. Sense was already advanced AI integration in WordPress Builder. This release takes it much further. So what's new in this release? Multiple models running all at once, Claude Code, Gemini CLI, and Codex CLI, each tab in its own session, and each remembering this session across restarts. Browser DevTools integration, Figma integration, and custom MCP integration as well. A full JavaScript IDE allowing you to configure how and where your JavaScript is going to load. A component scoped CSS, and the design library you can copy and paste from. So let me guide you through these step by step. Now, here is how a flexible AI implementation in a visual builder looks like. Use same AI agent, but different models. So Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku all running in the same browser, in the same builder. Or run completely different AIs. Claude for reasoning, Gemini for massive context, or Codex CLI for structured output. Each one works in its own session. Each one remembers where you left off, even if you restart your server. Run them in parallel, each on a special page. Compare the results and use the right model for the right job. Or simply choose the one you prefer. Now, let's see how you can use Sense AI. Copy an image and paste. First prompt is done. Now you can keep tweaking manually or keep prompting. Here, it's simple enough to just do it manually. Compare the image to the final result. Now, let's give that Browser DevTools integration a test. I'm going to copy just this heading and tell AI to replicate the section with heading, I'm going to put it in the quotes, and pass the URL. Let's see how it goes. Now, take a look at what is going to happen now. Browser Tools integration will open up the URL you have provided, and it's going to analyze the website content, the website structure. You can see it has scrolled down to the section I have asked it to replicate. When you have browser integration, you basically are giving your browser DevTools to your AI. And it's able to build the entire section. Now let's see the Figma integration. Select the section, go to Dev mode, copy the prompt, go back to Sense AI and paste. And let's see how it goes. And here it is. You can keep tweaking the design manually, increase the gap, and continue adding elements you may need. It's fully integrated with the builder, creating semantic HTML, creating classes and variables, using classes and variables from the framework, allowing different ways of input, using image, using URL, using Figma design directly. So that's layout generation. Image, URL, Figma, 3 ways to get from reference to a working layout. But Sense AI isn't just a layout tool. It understands complete WordPress. Here we have a meals custom post type with meal types taxonomy. And we also have custom fields. Let's make one prompt to show the custom post types as a loop on a page using Sense AI. I don't like the border color, so white shade. AI seems to be done. The colors of the borders and color of the background is now fixed. We can see it has successfully picked up the custom taxonomy as well as custom fields, images, all seems to work quite nicely. Let's check the dynamic data. We can see it has created and written a query that gets your data successfully. Sense AI can also write JavaScript, and now there is a proper place for it. In this release, we are shipping full JavaScript editor. This editor has built-in autocomplete. It has configuration panel allowing you to set it as external or inline JS. You can scope it to global or component. Now combine this with CSS scoping. Yes, in the new release we have component and global CSS scoping. This means your JavaScript and your CSS load only when the component is on the page. No bloat, no conflicts, proper component architecture. Let's see how Sense AI works with this component architecture. Let's build a carousel. Sense AI has begun building the HTML structure. Now let's use our new button that makes the canvas interactive and behave like on the front end. So let's see how this was built. So we can see that the carousel JavaScript has been created. We can see it's an inline JS loaded in the footer with the priority of 10. There's a description of what it does, and we see it's using the component scope, which means it loads only when the component is active on a page. Let's check the CSS, and if we click on the component scope, we can see that all carousel classes have been placed here. So we have a self-contained component, an interactive self-contained component done in 2 prompts. The Builderius library is live. Design sections and blocks, the search and the filter, find what you want. I will take this hero split section and copy and paste the CSS. And just like that, I have the section in. Let's do features. And let's do features centered. You don't have to open the section if you know what it is. And the CSS. And just like that, we have two sections. Let's get a footer as well. I will copy the footer, and I want to replace my default footer on this side. So I will edit the component, scroll all the way down, and remove. Get the CSS. And here is my footer. This footer also has dynamic data, so I'll get the GraphQL. I'll open my dynamic data component scope, call it footer, and paste, which gives me a dynamic current year. I will go back to my footer. I will find that place where the year and copyright is, and update with the new dynamic tag. And just like that, I have a simple page built out. Community submissions are opening soon. This release is huge. Sense AI with multi-agent, multi-model support, full JavaScript editor with scoping and configuration options, external inline footer, header, async, defer, all of it. Integration with Browser DevTools, with Figma and any other custom MCP. You can now edit post types directly, custom post types as well as page and post, and you can turn it off if you desire. Finally, our data migration tools have been expanded. You can now export not only native WordPress data like pages and posts, but also custom post types, WP settings, permalink structures, ACF field groups, and taxonomies. Full migration of your site supporting ACF and MetaBox. This is Builderius. Join our lively Facebook groups to see what others are building with Builderius. See you in the next video.